Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It's TLC Tuesday. I've got Kimberly here to talk about Before the 90 Days. And Kimberly has a little visitor. If you're watching on video, it's a foster dog, and he's so cute. And I want to
Say
eat that
hi.
dog.
Say
Look
hi.
oh my god. Look, he's so cute, Kimberly. I cannot. Oh, he's so cute. Kimberly's got a foster dog that's a puppy. And he's very puppy. He's got
He's
puppy
very
energy.
puppy. He's in a puppy mood right now.
Yeah. So we may have to pause. You may hear some jingle jangling. I haven't heard any barking though, so that's good.
Yeah, he doesn't bark that much, thank God. And
Okay.
it's very high pitched because he's not fixed yet. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
like high. My brother said it sounds like sneakers on asphalt, like playing
Oh.
like basketball. And it's like,
I remember the first time we ever heard Ginger bark because she was around for a while before she picked up on what Violet was putting down with the barking. She would just sort of
uh
Violet would bark and she would get scared and come and sit by
yeah,
it.
yeah,
But then she decided, you know what? That looks fun.
yeah.
And the
Let's
first
be
time
a
she
team
barked,
in this.
and it was like that. I was like,
Hmm.
it was so loud. We're like, oh no, 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 no. Now I can't take two of them, but one of them's barking down there right now. They just that's their jam. So maybe you can teach the new doggy not to be a barker because that is the
I would,
worst.
yeah, it is.
Mm,
Especially I live in an apartment. So,
mhm. Right,
ow,
right.
you are hurting me.
This
It's
dog is
very violent. Stop.
very cute.
Stop.
Well,
Go play with your toy.
I named the dog Foster, but we'll see what Kimberly names the dog, and then we'll see
Yeah.
if Kimberly keeps the dog.
No, he's a foster.
Well, sometimes foster leads to adoption.
I know.
I don't think his rightful mother is coming back to claim him.
No, definitely not.
She sounds like a real bitch,
Uh-huh.
or
She's
whoever the
like
owner
one of
was.
those love after lockup people.
um, so you guys programming notes.
Brooke.
Okay. What'd you say, Brooke?
Yeah. What's her
Who's
name?
I don't know. Who's
J
Brooke?
JK?
Oh, JK and Brooke?
Yeah, she's
Oh.
the one that has kids but never sees them and is always at her boyfriend's house.
Oh, JK and Brooke. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, what was that other girl's name that he liked? JK and he had a second girl that he may or may not have gotten pregnant. I can't remember her name.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The ex. Yep.
The one that Brooke beat up, kinda, and then the
Uh-huh.
girl beat her up and maybe she was pregnant. I don't know. You guys, that's love after lockup.
Yeah.
Programming notes. Okay, today is Tuesday, December 23rd. Happy holidays for whatever you're celebrating. If you're celebrating nothing, whatever, do you. Hope you're having a day off from work. Not here at Pink Shade. We don't take a day off. So yesterday you got 60 days in. Today you're getting TLC Tuesday. Thursday is going to be an end of the year TLC wrap up with Kim from almost said her last name. Kim from 90 Day Cray Cray. We're going to do like an end of the year TLC wrap
I
up.
love that idea. Yeah.
And then next week I have a guest. It's Mandy, and we'll be doing end of year Bravo wrap up. 60 Days In keeps rolling for about 3 more weeks, and then Love During Lockup starts. It airs Friday the 16th. So in case you're wondering, yes, Love During Lockup is coming back. Monique is coming back. Monique and Dirk. And Keisha just told me she's going to interview her, so I can't wait to hear that. I
I
know.
love that.
I know. So funny. I was like, well, she
I
seems like she's
kinda
doing
wanna
great.
know what she thinks about that infamous scene in the car.
They did it so many times. They did it
I
so
know.
many times. Um,
And was it an issue with actual height, or was it his seat is just positioned much lower, or is he a sloucher?
I think he's
And
a
should maybe
tiny little man, I think is what it
he
was.
is, but it couldn't be because just the torso of each of them, there was a
Yes.
huge difference, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So, I just don't
Maybe he's one of
it
those
was
people
like
who
a
pushes
foot and a half difference sitting down.
but maybe he pushed his seat so far back to be cool,
Right, and was
that
doing
then if the cameras are
mhm.
right there, it made it look really far back.
Yeah, was it just a trick of an illusion like on TLC when they
Mhm.
did that show, My Giant Life, and they would shoot the ladies from down below, so
Uh-huh.
they looked way taller even, which was
I
mean
don't
because
I don't
they were already like 7.5 feet tall. So
I don't know that show. And
it was
also,
good.
I think I said that we're gonna cover Suddenly Amish, but I've decided against it.
I
I
don't
just
think you ever promised that.
I think maybe I just said maybe we would cover it, but I just have
Yeah.
started looking at it, and so many people talk about how fake it is. I'm like,
It looks fake. That was my gut reaction, and I never even notice if things are fake.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm not the one that's thinking everything's fake, that's usually you.
yeah,
But even to me, it felt like these people were doing it just to be on TV
yeah.
and didn't really wanna be Amish.
Right. No, no. I mean, does anybody really want to be Amish? I don't know.
Well,
Um,
that there was one girl who was, obsessed. She had a fetish for Amish, and
oh,
she was dressing like Amish, and,
okay.
like,
Well,
before she moved. So this was the greatest opportunity of her life to be with her people. She was like someone who's, like, obsessed with Asian culture, like, finally getting to
be
it was
Amish.
weird. Yeah, that felt
Mm,
icky.
yeah. Yeah. That sounds, huh, okay. That sounds about right for TLC, but we're not going to cover that. No. I mean, I'll probably
Okay.
watch it just like, cause it'll probably roll on right after one of
Yeah,
the other shows and it'll just be on. I'll
yeah,
be waiting for Pillow Talk. But guys, this is a long episode of Before the 90 Days. And I think these episodes are so long because they're all new people to us. We don't have any, we can't skip anything.
yeah.
But man, so as once again, I was watching it live before I took my notes because I like to watch it once first. I realized for the people that I had assigned to Kimberly, like she was going to be doing almost the whole episode again. So I send Kimberly a text, go, let me take new girl Lisa. And you're like, well, I already wrote some of the notes. So you sent them to me. So when we get to Lisa, it'll be a little combo note situation.
Yeah.
And boy, is she a bad person.
She is.
I mean,
She's a lost soul, but
she's
unfortunately, she's leaving, a child in her wake that is gonna have emotional issues the rest of her life.
not going to. She already does.
She already does. She reminds me of, the lady who loved the chickens, Rain, who just was obsessed with the
Oh,
chickens.
Renee spelled like rain.
Renee,
Yes.
and, she had children, just, like, didn't seem to give an F, like, but
Her
Lisa's
DM is still sitting in my DMs. I did it like unread because it was like, I'd like to come on your show and tell my side of the story. And I was like, I think I'm
no.
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a no from me, dog.
Um,
Foster, that's a no from me.
I wish you guys, if you're not watching on video, just jump over to YouTube and take a look at this dog situation because it is.
He's a little just tell me when you want me to put him away, I'll put him in the crate.
He's not bothering me if he's not bothering you. He's just hilarious. He loves Kimberly. He's jumping all over her. He's standing on the couch behind her at alert
My
and
hand is,
just
like, full of holes and
yeah.
now,
Yes.
like, claw marks because he's teething, so
Yeah. And he's peeing on your things. So that's
yeah,
fun. That's
not
fun.
on the video so far.
Not so far, but if he pees
Yeah.
on the wall behind you, I may have to pause. Anyway, this is just entertainment for me. I will tell you also that coming up on the show, I have interviewed the executive producer and the director of the new documentary on TLC, The Cult of the Real Housewife. So
Oh.
I interviewed them earlier and that's going to come out. So it comes out at 8 p.m. on TLC on January 1st. So my interview with the director and the producer will come out January 2nd. I'm going to put out my recap with Keisha on January 1st so you can listen to it as soon as you watch it. And then the next week, I'll put the recap on their free feed. So Keisha and I are going to do like a full recap of it, but it was very interesting talking to the
I'm
director and the producer.
I'm most interested to hear how Keisha feels because I know Keisha is very fond of Mary Cosby and thinks she's hilarious.
She is
And
hilarious. Hmm.
but that doesn't negate all of the horrible
Oh, no,
things.
it doesn't. And it's interesting too on the documentary. I'll encourage everybody to watch it when it comes out January 1st. It's very interesting. There's so much in it that as a Bravo viewer, I've forgotten about. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she did do that. Oh yeah, she did
Uh,
do that. Oh, that was bad. Yeah. Hmm. So it was just good. It's well done. And it's so funny because there's a lot of quick cuts of a lot of social media stuff, people talking. And I saw Ben Mandelker on there. I saw
That's
Gibson
awesome.
Johns. Yeah. So I sent them screenshots and they're both like, wait a minute, you have the screener? Are we in this thing? I was like, yeah, just like a little post that they
Yeah,
pulled from the internet, which I guess they didn't get permission. They just can pull whatever they want from the internet. I guess it's public domain. I don't know. I didn't ask them.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
it's
think
good.
that's awesome. I'm so excited.
hmm Yeah, it was really, really good, really interesting. And I don't interview a lot of like producers and directors like Kate does. Kate interviews a lot of producers and directors, Kate Casey. And I don't usually do that. I'm usually down there with the TLC cast members. So
Mhm.
I had to
Mhm.
be I had to be real professional.
I'm sure
I
you
think
did great.
I think I nailed it. We'll see.
Ginger!
I didn't do
Ginger,
that.
stop it.
I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. I sat just like this, face forward, professional face. Professional
I
face.
love it.
Um, okay, let's talk about these people, guys. So get your notes ready because you are going first. Before the 90 days, season 8, episode 3, prepare for takeoff because we are just doing the flight instructions. And we're going to start with Aviva.
They're gonna run out. How are they not gonna run out? Tray tables down, seat belts,
Fastened,
light is off,
boarding
the
doors closed.
lavatories are open.
I don't, yeah, there's a lot of,
Turbulence. There's gonna be one
um,
about turbulence.
mhm,
And then you're
tray
gonna
tables
prepare when you're
up,
landing. Yeah, then it's all
put
reversed.
put your seat in the upright position. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Um, but we're going to start with Aviva and Stig and the stinky food. Pillow Talk people were
Disgusting.
like, what is, even Pillow Talk people were like, why didn't she put that in a Ziploc bag and in a cooler?
Common sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Ingrid just texted.
Oh, what did Ingrid have to say? Because I'm not looking at my phone
It just popped up.
because
Oh,
I'm
it's
working.
scheduling for tow. She wants us to record early
Well,
because she has a New Year's Eve planned.
well, guess what? So do I. And we are going to record earlier than because I have now made a plan to go out of town to see Ole Miss play in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, even though I said I wasn't
I
going to
thought
do
you
it,
had said no.
I
Yeah.
had. And then I decided I wanted to go. So we're going to go. We're not going for New Year's. We're not going for New Year's. We're going the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell Ingrid to just, yeah.
Cool your jets, Ingrid.
Cool your jets. We're trying to work around your party schedule, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. She's busy. She's busy
As if
partying.
everything we do isn't for Ingrid anyway.
Everything we do is for Ingrid. Okay. Aviva and Stig and the stinky food. Back to them.
So she's stuck on one plane, but her next plane to Belize is in 20 minutes. So she's running through the airport and she says, Stig, I hope you're worth it because running through the airport is so embarrassing. Girl, I have no doubt you're going to be way more embarrassed than that this season, if this show is any indication. Also, you have stinky shrimp all over you. So that's already more embarrassing than running through the airport.
It is.
What are you talking
It
about?
is. It's so gross.
So in Belize, 12 hours earlier, Stig is performing at a concert while ladies, it's first it seemed like big, like a big concert, but then
Mm-hmm.
these ladies come out in like kind of matching outfits on stage and they're throwing t-shirts at the audience,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't have cannons or any like t-shirt guns or something.
Just
It
their
was
arms.
it was just their arms and they were only hitting people in the front row. So I don't know. It didn't seem I wasn't that impressed. Also, they should have been wearing matching outfits. So he says his name is Earl in the Wind. That's what I heard. That's what subtitles said. That is
Okay.
not what his name is. It is Erlin Dwayne. So the
Wow.
first name is Erlin.
Mm-hmm. I thought
But
Mary
maybe
Payne
he
was
does
bad. Wow.
call himself Earl in the Wind. Maybe that is his name. It's very like an indigenous name. Like,
Did you see that message? I believe it was on Facebook with somebody telling us that it's a bunkie, Melissa. She's always in Belize. She knows all about it. She's always got the Belize information. And she
oh,
wrote and said that she's asked a lot of people about Stig and
yeah.
very lightly known. Definitely not a big star. Not a big
He's
star.
not Mr. Belize, as
No, but he was
he
on a
makes it
billboard.
seem.
He was on a billboard.
He was on a billboard ad. It was an ad for like a wine or something,
Something,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Um, That's very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay. We're going to keep following up on that.
we are.
Cuz what he's saying and what's happening do not always mix. Like the way he describes himself as a beetle, and that we have not seen him be swarmed yet.
Mhm.
So
Will we
like the
see it?
car is not getting jumped on by a bunch of teens. So I don't know.
I,
So
I saw Jake and Matt posted like this scene at the airport with this kid talking to him was like obviously staged and fake. They were
yeah,
like, this kid didn't know who he was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So but he is performing at this concert and people are cheering, but we don't know if it's a music festival. Like it could be like a Coachella and there's just a big lineup and
Yeah.
then
He's number
they're just
6
there to
of
party.
46. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, he's 30 years old. He thinks he's a really cool, chill guy, but when he's performing, he feels alive. He loves singing for the ladies. Apparently,
Hmm.
no men listen to his music. One time, a girl in the front row was trying to get into his pants. He said they get crazy. So they were like clawing at him.
Mm,
And then we see some of his music videos. We see him signing a girl's butt cheeks,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
I don't
Why?
know.
But okay.
Why? It's just gonna rinse off. You're
Unless
in
you
the
go right to
shower.
the tattoo parlor and get it tattooed on.
There you go.
Yeah, some people do that.
So he started performing 10 years ago. Now he's at the very top in Belize.
Okay, so he
Questionable.
says. So he says. Okay.
Okay. So he has a group of guys, his posse. That's not the right word. That's in the Old West. He is gonna go. They got a posse going with the sheriff. He has Perf is his performer. Perf.
Perf. Like perfect.
Richie,
We assume
yeah,
perfect. Uh-huh.
Richie is his manager, and Six, which is spelled the number six,
Uh-huh.
IX, or later they say six frass. So the number six, IXFRASS, six frass.
Okay. Like
I don't know
sassafras?
what it means.
Mhm.
He's his G. They are best friends.
Okay.
I don't know if he does anything or if he's more like on Entourage. He's like Turtle and just is a hanger oner. So after the show, the guys are hanging out. They toast to Aviva coming. He says, I'm so excited. They say, yeah, 'cause she's American. You only love American girls, foreigners, foreigners. And they're teasing him.
I didn't feel
So
very positive about this whole interaction, by the way.
no. So he says, they tease me, but I'm really serious about Aviva. And he loves her eyes. He thinks she's super hot, but he loves her beautiful heart more than anything.
Okay,
Sure.
I was looking for the post. I'm gonna read it to you when we're done. Okay.
He loves her laugh. He can be himself with her. He can be
Mhm.
Earl and Dwayne and not Stig. I think you could I don't think you're famous enough that
I'd like to know
I
what
think you could be
Stig
Earl and Dwayne anywhere.
what does Stig mean? Sting without the N? Like what?
Stig. What does it mean? I don't know, but it makes me feel like it's referencing something inappropriate, and I don't know
Probably.
why.
Probably.
So his friends can't believe he wants to settle down. They're like, "You want to have kids?" And then one of them says, "You would breed her?" Like she's a cattle
Mare?
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
like what Foster is trying to do with all
with
the
my
ladies.
arm all the
Yeah.
time. They say, "Would you rather have a baby here or in America?" And he says, "America." And they're like, "Yeah, you want that citizenship, right?" And he's like, "Duh."
Okay, so he admits it. Okay, that's good.
Uh-huh. Well, if he's reached the top of his game musically in Belize, he needs to go global. And that's America.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, I don't mean that you know what I mean.
I know
He
what you mean.
there you I'm not trying to say America is the hub of the music industry.
It's definitely not.
So so they say you're going to stop partying and he says no way, it's a huge part of my life. Absolutely not. I'm going to take her to San Pedro for the concert this weekend. And they say San Pedro, we call that Temptation Island. And so won't you get mad with like 100 girls screaming all over you? Let's see. We're going to see.
Mhm,
We're going to
mhm.
count. I'm going to see.
Hundreds. Mhm.
Hundreds. So he says, well, past girlfriends have always gotten jealous. So there have been past girlfriends.
Okay.
But he
All
says,
Americans, I guess.
yeah. So she says, again, I just am, the bar is so low that I'm thinking at least she is in the same age range as him.
Mhm.
So he's already a step up from Soldier Boy. So
Mhm. Mhm.
he says past girlfriends always get jealous. Aviva says she doesn't get jealous, but we'll see about that. I really want someone who will be confident and not be jealous and won't care. Will let me do my thing. So he says, they say, well, everywhere you go, people are talking and saying, you have this girl, you have XYZ girls, this girl. And we've heard that's what the aunt said. The aunt who's in witness protection, Spring.
Uh,
Also,
uh,
Spring and Stig. It's very confusing. And
the
she's
aunt's
clearly
name is Spring?
yeah, Aunt Spring with fake nose and glasses
Yeah,
and
right,
wig.
right, right. Mhm. Right.
So he says, I'm going to do things differently. And they say, we've heard that before. So I guess with these other girlfriends, he wasn't loyal. So he's made it sound like that was their problem, like they were jealous, but actually he was cheating. So
Yeah.
he says, I've been a player forever, but I will really want a family and a partner to be there for me. And I hope I can be faithful to her. We hope so too.
We hope so
And one
too.
of the guys says, I have 20% faith that you can do it.
It's pretty low. It's pretty
That's low.
low.
That's less than Usman liked baby girl Lisa. And that's less than as in like Nicole and
Did
many of the other percentages.
Usman was attracted to baby girl Lisa 55%?
So 55, I think, and it was maybe 70%
With Asin and
Asin
Nicole?
and Nicole.
Yeah.
She is 70% okay for me.
Right, right. So 20%, it's not great.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
So Aviva is flying with day-old room temperature firecracker shrimp.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
She is going to be banned from whatever airline that is.
Yeah, she is.
So also it's spilled on her pants, on her bag. It's because again, styrofoam container.
She didn't. Okay. And I don't know if that makes a better story and it's funnier to keep it in the styrofoam container or if she's just dumb.
Again, I felt like it was rage bait. I really felt
Yeah.
like she was messing with us so that we'd be talking about it.
Yeah. Well, it
But
worked.
it worked because I've never seen anything that stupid. So
Mm.
meanwhile, Stig has rented a hotel for them and he's putting flower petals all over the bed. He says he has butterflies. He says, I'm going to be one burner. That's what we call when you have one lady, one burner. And I've always had many burners going at the same time.
Wow.
But I want to be a better man. So,
Okay.
okay, you're talking
Okay.
a good game, Stig.
Yeah, he is.
The proof is in the pudding.
Mhm.
So he had warned her at the airport that girls would flock to him. That whenever he goes in public, especially like an airport, the girls, it's Beatles time. His shirt is getting ripped off. They're trying to get DNA under their fingernails. So they can clone him in a lab. His hair getting pulled out.
Uh-huh.
They're licking at him. Just
Ew. Okay.
it's all nasty.
Uh-huh.
One airport worker, male, comes up to
Uh-huh.
him and is like, "Hey, man, Stig, I'm a fan." Okay, great,
Yeah.
man.
And then what? And it was that child that was the airport worker. It wasn't a child. It was the airport worker that they paid.
It was a young airport worker,
And they
male,
gave him
wearing the vest.
okay.
He's like the guy who checks your luggage.
Yeah.
So no clawing yet, no screaming. Nary a girl fainted and passed out. He's no Taylor Swift.
Well,
So
okay.
who is? Aviva lands and does a Darcy airport bathroom freshen up. She really
Mhm.
needs that perfume because she probably smells like nasty day old shrimp
So
and
gross.
just so fishy. So they stop. He's digging now.
I know.
He's burrowing.
I was thinking if he's digging and burrowing, this is the dog now, not Stig. If Foster is digging and burrowing, that maybe he's going to go to sleep
Yeah, I hope
'cause
so.
trying to get
He gets
trying.
very cuddly and cozy
It's so
and does
cute.
sleep a lot,
He
but
loves you so
he
much.
seems to be very hyper right now.
Yeah.
So she comes out, they hug and they kiss, and he says, "What's the smell?" No, he doesn't. I really thought he was gonna.
Yeah.
if we thought Danielle had some hygiene smell
Stop. Oh,
issues.
Kimberly, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
So he says she looks more beautiful in person, and he says she's a really good kisser and she blushes, and he says she's so beautiful and I love that fat ass. I knew she'd been in the gym, but damn. So loves that fat ass.
Okay. I love a fat ass too. Unfortunately for me, I have a flat ass. So, yeah.
So she shows him the Chinese food. It's disgusting. And it's been like a day and it's been out. And she says, you need to throw it away.
Yeah.
And she says, you told me if I brought you Chinese food, you'd marry me. So I brought it.
The bar's pretty low there.
Wow. And he says, well, I am a man of my word. And she says, this was magical, such a great moment, fairy tale moment. And he smells great, definitely better than the Chinese food, she says. And he says he's going to eat it. And she says, no, you'll get sick. You have to throw it away. So she throws it away. Why did you bring it? Why did you make hundreds of people at the airport and on the plane suffer?
Unclear.
So that you could do this cute joke so that he would have to marry you as a joke?
It's disgusting. I don't know. Hopefully we'll forget about it by the time the reunion rolls around, but hopefully we don't forget about it by the time the reunion rolls around.
Exactly. So they ride to the hotel and he points out his face on a billboard ad and she's super impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Did he buy that billboard ad and place it on the way to the hotel so that she would bang him? For sure. It would be.
She's going to bang him anyway. I mean,
she would have anyway, but that really would seal the deal.
Yeah.
So how much does a billboard ad cost in Belize? And is it
great question.
Yeah. So he tells her about the hotel, and the next day they're going out of town for his performance, and she's nervous to see him perform. She doesn't know how she's going to feel with the girls all crazy all over him.
Swarming.
She hopes swarming. So they get to the hotel. She hopes they're going to have chemistry their first night. I was like, please, God, shower first. First of all, her hair is greasy. It's so greasy. It was greasy before she left. And now it's real Jenny / Matt from 60 Days In. So, and she's covered in shrimp. So they lay in the bed in their clothes.
Kalani and Kalini on Pillow Talk were like, oh, outside clothes on the bed. Oh, nope, they're not going to. No. Oh, he's going to. Oh, they're both doing it. They were so upset.
It's not just outside clothes. It's airport clothes.
Yeah.
So you've just been sitting in fabric that is covered in other people's farts and shrimp.
And shrimp. Okay. Okay.
I can't.
That just gave me a. Okay.
I know. It's disgusting. So he points out her tattoo and he says, will you get Stig on your forehead? She says, if you get Aviva. And he's like, oh, my luck, you'll leave me and I'll have Aviva on my neck. And, she's like, I'll never leave you.
Forehead?
Yeah. Joke.
All right. Okay.
I'm hoping. And he's like, I'd never leave you either. And she's like, what would make you leave me? And he says, if you can't respect my work and my lifestyle. And she says, I want to respect your work, but I want to be respected too. And I hope you haven't been seeing anyone. Well, before we met. And he says, you don't trust me? The other women here aren't as beautiful as you. That's not a no.
And also, does it matter how beautiful they are?
No. And then he goes,
bang it out.
He goes, we're good, or something like that. And I was like, again, not a no.
Not an answer.
It's like on Dateline, I would never kill my wife. How could you think that I would do something like that? Just say no. You're not saying no.
Yeah. No, I did not.
I could never do something like that.
But you did. Are we done with those two?
Almost. He says, you don't trust me. The other women, blah, blah, blah. She changes into lingerie. Doesn't shower. Nope. Didn't hear any running water.
Nope.
And they start getting busy in front of the camera crew. And he is super impressed with her body. And that makes him think that she might be the one. But he's not sure if she fully understands the extent of how horny these women are for him that we have yet to see. But
he's not that cute. I mean, he's cute, but he's not that cute.
personally, his hair like ruins it for me. It's very like, I don't know what it is. It's
Too
just
too fluffy?
too fluffy, too the haircut is weird.
Mhm.
And yeah, it just doesn't do anything for me. And yeah, he's cute, but like not
That
anything. But
cute.
like he thinks his music makes ladies like orgasm on the spot.
Yeah, he
Like
does. Yeah, he does. And we heard some of it on over there on the Spotify, and I thought it was non-memorable.
exactly. Even Usman had some catchy hooks.
Well, they were hoisted upon us. So Bunky Melissa lets us know regarding Belize. She says, as a citizen and a part-time resident of Belize, I can officially confirm that Stig the artist is not a big deal in Belize or elsewhere. She says, now I realize I may not be his demographic as a lady of a certain age. So I asked my stepdaughter and my nieces and my nephews who live in
Oh,
Belize.
she did boots on the ground journalism.
Melissa, you've got a Belize question. She's your girl always. And she says, only one of them have heard of him. I think
Oh, 1
Aviva's,
out of 4?
mm-hmm, 1 out of 4.
That's
I
not
think,
good.
I think Aviva's auntie with the phony pony knows of what she speaks. She says she's going for 4 months as of this weekend. So the boots on the ground will begin. And as she says, for anybody who remembers or cares, don't forget about Ryan, my 27-year-old fiance, Ryan. Remember that lady from like Minnesota, the blonde hair that was wacky, always seemed to be on pills. And she would go,
Yes.
Ryan, my 24-year-old fiance.
Yeah,
Um,
and then something terrible
Harris,
happened
cousin
because
Harris. Remember, she
cousin
also
Harris.
hooked up with cousin Harris. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
She says, for anybody who remembers Ryan, my 27-year-old fiance still lives on our little island and is a bar back. Every once in a while, a tourist will recognize him and he milks it for free drinks. No cousin Harris sightings to report. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Get back to us once you get to the island with your boots on the ground, please. Um, Okie dokie. Let's move on to Laura and Birkan.
Yeah.
Birkan, Birkin, whatever.
Birkin bag.
Birkin bag, not impressed. Okay. Laura is preparing to go to Turkey, and
It's a fake Birkin bag, a knockoff.
he's a he's bad news. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So
Mhm.
she's preparing to go to Turkey. She's folding. Now they keep zooming in on this pair of pants that she's folding. Did you notice this? Because they
No, but
did.
why do
They
they
look.
do that sometimes? It drives me crazy. I'm always staring like, what am I supposed to be noticing about that?
They look like men's pants. Is
Are they
why
Michael's?
I wondered if they were Michael's pants. I was like, is she doing
She
his
do
laundry?
Michael's laundry?
But she was
But they
putting
would
it
have
in her suitcase.
asked. No.
And
Did she buy him pants?
again, packing in the living room. It's an
Mm-mm.
age old trope of the show that I just don't understand.
Well,
Why?
we needed to see her word art. So,
Well, okay. So
did you
sh
notice the word art?
I saw it, but I didn't read it. I just saw it in the background.
One said home and a bunch of other very tiny words, and one said welcome spring. So this was
Oh.
filmed. It's springtime.
Oh, okay. Does she flip it around for fall? Welcome
I don't
winter?
know.
Okay. Does she have like interchangeable little hooks? So, she's realized that her best friend Michael is never going to be ready to take the next step with her.
Mm-mm.
And it's scary because Beer Can is not so into her being friends with Michael, and she is worried she'll have to choose between her best friend and and I do it in air quotes, love of her life. Okay.
Yeah.
Mom and dad come over. I wasn't expecting this. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
Her parents are Eileen and Terry, and it was so funny when they walked in because it was obviously so like staged by production. Like, okay, you're just gonna walk in and just have like a natural conversation about going to the airport. And they walk in, and dad goes, "Hi, Laura."
I
Ha, hilarious.
died. And then I went spiraled and I was like, is okay, so this there it's staged for TV. But then I thought sometimes when I walk in, my dad uses my name. And
Mhm.
then I think that that's weird. But is that
Mm.
like an old man thing?
Does my dad use my name? Sometimes I go, "Hi, Mary."
Okay, so he does.
Yeah, "Hi, Mary, how you doing?" Mary, like, as a nickname is funny. It's hilarious. Why didn't you just name me Mary? I had to explain that on the interview this morning about my name. Okay. So Eileen and Terry arrive. They're gonna take her to the airport, and she says, "Very nice," because the airport's far away. And she says, "My parents are very conservative and Catholic, and Birkan is not who they expected me to be with. So this is hard for them." So in the car, Eileen, mom in the back seat, just firing all cylinders. She is just throwing bombs from the back seat. I loved
Well,
it
she
so
knows
much.
she's probably only gonna be on one scene because
Mhm,
she's not actually going there.
mhm.
So this is one and done. She has to get all of her complaints out.
She's like, "I hope they invite me to the reunion. I'll have more to say." So dad is driving, doo, 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 and she says, mom says, "The fact that you're going all the way to Turkey to meet a Muslim man was not in my wheelhouse. It seems irresponsible to me." And Laura goes, "Well, I can understand why you think that, mom. And my biggest concern is not him, it's the age." And mom goes, "Well, how old is he, Laura?" And she says, "Well, he's 20
You
years
know or
younger."
did you not know about this? Like,
I think they knew he was
you
younger, but didn't know exactly until this car
yeah,
trip. And she goes, "Well, he's 20 years younger." And dad goes, "Oh, I got hairs on my chin older than that." And mom
gross.
goes, "Don't joke. Don't joke."
Shave. Yeah, that was bitchy too. Don't joke. Like it was a stupid dad joke. And the
Stupid dad
mom's
joke.
like,
She's
don't
furious.
joke.
She's
Yeah,
had it. She's had it with Laura. And Laura says, she goes, "What on earth does he think of you?" And I liked Laura's response. She goes, "Well, he thinks I'm awesome. He thinks I'm awesome." And mom goes, "I'm thinking he wants a ticket to America. Did he tell you he loved you?" She goes, "Well, yeah." She goes, "Big red flag, big red flag. He does not love you. It's an infatuation with you. He hasn't even met you." And she's trying to talk, and mom continues and goes, "The guy just wants out of Turkey. It's 10 giant red flags." Oh, my word in heaven, Laura. "Do you actually think this could work out and be a lifelong commitment?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "My God, honey, I disagree with this whole thing. Like, I want to be happy for you, but I can't. It keeps me up at night. Don't sell yourself short, Laura. Don't settle."
it sounds like you're the one telling her that she's not a catch, she's not worth it, and he could never actually love you.
He was like, "What does he see in you? Gross."
Yeah,
Um, Dad says nothing.
yeah.
Driving. And then he goes, "Laura, we're just pointing out our concerns and hope you make the right decision." And mom's like, "Shut up. Don't." So the talking head, she goes, "Wow, I did not know my parents felt this strongly about it. My mom unleashing on me is really messing with my head. And yeah, there's an absolute possibility this will blow up in my face. But life is a series of calculated risk. And if I'm not willing to take a risk for love, then what am I willing to take a risk for?" Girl, get your
Girl.
head out of the book. Okay.
I agree with everything the mom was saying, but her delivery,
It's terrible.
terrible. It's gonna make Laura wanna prove her wrong,
Yeah.
and also, what damage has this woman done to Laura's self-esteem over the years? Can you imagine growing up with that mom?
Yeah, I can actually. I told you when Dave and I were first engaged, my mom said something to the extent of, "Well, Dave just thinks Mary Payne is so pretty." Yeah, he does. Gonna get married. Yeah, thinks I'm pretty. I know, it's shocking. Okay. Southern moms, guys. Okay, so they don't ever want you to get a big head. So
Mhm.
it's 13
Whereas
hours
my
of
mom was like, "You" she called me dearest darling dumpling donut from heaven.
Oh, that's so sweet, Kimberly.
Yeah, so
Oh.
everything I did, absolutely perfect.
Oh, I
Just
love
perfect.
that. I love
But
that.
then that gives me a different problem. No one
Right.
is good enough for me because I'm perfect. I'm
Mhm.
dearest darling dumpling angel from heaven.
Mhm. 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 Heather McDonald talks about that, how much her mom they just pumped her up all the time, told her she could do anything, and she was the most beautiful and the funniest and the da 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 da. And she's
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, I don't think that's good. I think I grew up like way overconfident." You know,
Yeah.
Me, I have no self-esteem or confidence. So, I'm starting from the bottom. So if I get any kind of compliment, I'm like, look at me. I'm winning. Okay. So 13 hours of travel. She says, I feel the need to decompress with a good, smutty book with some good banging. So
No.
we see her in the airport settling in with the smutty book. I'm like, oh, is she going to go like rub one out in the bathroom? Like, what are we doing?
Oh God, Mary
I'm
Payne.
sorry. I'm sorry. That was terrible. Should I take that out? That was terrible.
Oh my God.
I'm
No,
sorry.
same thing. It's like when people are watching a movie on the plane that has a
Yes.
sex scene.
Yeah.
God forbid. Like I started to watch Sinners and it
Mm.
was like, oh my God, they started having sex early
And
on. I
you're
was
like
like,
fast
nope,
forwarding
can't
it.
watch this movie. I thought it was about vampires.
I thought it was about vampires. So vampires have a lot of sex too.
I
So
know.
she's reading her smutty book. Now, upon watching this the second time, I realized what they did here because they then switch over to Birkan in Turkey, who's reading Nietzsche.
Yeah.
I've never read Nietzsche. I did major in English, but wasn't required, so I didn't read it.
Yeah.
All I know is
Is
Nietzsche
it
is a
Nietzsche or Nietzsche? I think I kind of want to say it like Nietzsche, like sachet.
sachet
Nietzsche.
Shantae. Okay, how
Say
to
it
was
way you say it.
Googling
I think it's Nietzsche. I think it's the way
Nietzsche,
you said it.
CHC. I don't know how to Nietzsche. Nietzsche.
Birka is the one that's very hard to pronounce because it doesn't look anything like that.
Friedrich Friedrich Nietzsche. I just did a Google thing where it told me how to pronounce it. Nietzsche. Okay. So we were both saying it wrong.
Okay.
All right. So Birkin is reading Nietzsche. He
Yeah.
says, it's just funny because I didn't catch it the first time around of the juxtaposition of her reading smut and him
Yeah.
reading Nietzsche. So
Yeah.
he says, sitting on a park bench, looking longingly at his book and looking out into the sea. And he says, Nietzsche enlightens the people around him, but he was in the darkness himself. You know, I'm very into philosophy because life is deep, but we're only living on the surface. And I'm trying to learn lives I've never lived. I discovered Nietzsche in a dark time. I was a professional footballer. I had an ACL knee injury that took me out. I still play for fun, but I can't play anymore. So when he says, I'm trying to learn lives I've never lived, does that mean I'm trying to come to the United States to live like an American? Or he's trying to read books about other cultures?
Right.
Or he's trying to sound deep? I don't know.
Reincarnate himself.
Mhm.
I think it's C. He is trying to sound deep.
Okay.
Um, very much like Osama,
Mhm.
who would talk about painting and how it meant something and how Debbie was like an he would write poems about her, remember?
Mhm. Yes.
And then but also I'm getting touches of Vanya's guy who was a professional athlete, but then it turned out he played in the park in like a rec
Bojo.
league.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
so who knows? Oh
Um,
goodness, got some
has
barking
Foster
going
Foster
on.
decided to bark?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll talk. So, Birkin tells us he's been rebuilding his life, and what's helping the most is Laura. Meeting Laura on Snapchat was destiny. She was so supportive of him and so optimistic and made him believe dreaming is okay. He was in the darkness like Nietzsche, but he could see the sun. And he told her he loved her after 3 or 4 weeks. He's excited to see her and nauseous. I had to rewind. Did he say nervous? No,
Did he
he
say
said
nauseous?
nauseous. Yeah, because I was like, oh, nervous? No, nauseous. He's nauseous.
Their love
Um,
story also makes me nauseous, but for a different reason.
and he wants to move things to the next level and maybe propose. So he meets his friend Mimo, looks like Memo, but it's Mimo and Tukaba. I'm sure I'm going to call him Mimo and Tugba, but it's completely wrong.
Yeah,
Mimo and
apologies.
Tugba are his friends. And these are his friends where he lives because he's not close with his family at all. Red
Mm,
flag.
mm,
And they're playing some kind of game. I was like, is it mahjong? Is it checkers? Is it chess? What are they playing? Unclear.
mhm.
They're playing a game, and um, Memo, the guy, says, "Hey, you've been dating this girl, but we've never seen a picture."
Mm,
Bullshit. Set up for
mhm.
plot. So he shows a photo of Laura, and he goes,
Airbrushed
"Whoa!"
to hell. That
Airbrush
is
to hell.
Rebecca and Zied, if I've
That
ever
is a
seen one.
Kathy Hilton wipe your face off picture. He says, "How old is she?" And Birkan says 45. And he goes, "Whoa, 45. When you're 45, she'll be 65. Like, is that going to be a problem?" Like, whoa, oh my God, is
That
he
really does
AARP?
put it in perspective, though.
Yes, when you do 20 years, you think, 25 and 45, maybe not that big of a deal. But how about 85 and 105? I mean, you know
See,
what I mean? Like,
well, that seems like less of a deal than, because some people at the retirement community, it's like, are you 80? Are you 102?
right.
Impossible to tell.
Yeah.
But 65 and 45, that's a big difference.
65 and 85 is a big difference, but that's 2 years. God, I can't do
Yeah,
math.
20
65,
years, yeah.
yeah, imagine somebody 65
Yeah.
and somebody 85.
But I would say the biggest is 25 and 45 because it's completely different life stages.
Mhm, mhm.
Frontal lobes just developing, you're just have no idea what you're doing with your life, and 45 is like, you already know if you're having kids or not generally,
Yeah.
and you're
What if you're a
estab
deep
try
what if you're a deep thinker like Nietzsche? It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. So, he says in his talking head, "She is old, but it is okay. I have dated older women before. Older woman, they understand. They are not childish. And she looks good for her age." We see another airbrushed photo. Now,
Yeah.
she does look good for her age, and I think she doesn't look 45. I think her face looks super young. I agree with that.
Mhm.
So the friends go, "So, what have you told her about your life?" And he goes, "Well, I've told her things, but not everything, because this is 90 Day Fiance, by the way, and you have to hold something back."
Uh-huh.
And, the friend
Secrets.
Tugba says, "You haven't told her the things that would bother her, not
Yep.
everything." The talking head,
Mhm.
he goes, "Look, here's the deal. When my football career was over, when I tore my ACL, I opened up some businesses that failed. And since then, I haven't been able to find a job. And she knows I've had some troubles, but she doesn't know how much. And the bottom line is, I don't trust this Michael guy because they're just friends. I don't buy that. And if she doesn't cut Michael out, the relationship won't work." Okay, let's roll it back to you had some businesses that failed and she knows your troubles, but not as much. This means he's got like $100,000 in debt or something, right?
Seriously.
Has to be
And
something
the
terrible.
mob is after him because he
It's
borrowed money from the wrong people.
Yeah, it's something bad. So he
Also,
then
he has a girlfriend who's right there. So, is she
exactly.
with that guy, the
See,
other guy? Are they a couple?
when I watched it the second time, I made sure to really watch the screen to make sure it didn't say Memo and Tugba his girlfriend, Memo Tugba's boyfriend,
Right.
partner, nothing. They just seem to be now, and also they seem very alt. They seem like double ear piercing
Yes.
tattoos. They seem very hip and
Yes.
with it, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely not typical, Muslims that you would see in Turkey on this show. He seems to
Yeah.
be progressive, so
Yeah.
that's
I'm just
something.
really impressed you haven't talked about something
His
that
teeth, his teeth,
there we go.
his teeth.
I
His
was
teeth are
like,
upsetting.
I was like, "Mary Payne, that's real growth." I was proud of you, and then
No, again,
I had to bring it up.
it's not something some braces can't fix, and I'm not
Right.
giving him Invisalign because we need full braces in this situation,
Yeah.
um, but he all the teeth are there. They're stacked on top of each other, but they're all there. They're all there. Unlike Osama, who is missing so
Yeah.
many. Yes.
Yeah.
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 So he is telling Memo and Tugba, he says, she has a male friend named Michael, and I don't like that. And sometimes she even compares me to him. It's unacceptable that she has this male friend and she needs to end the friendship. Now, here's where the camera lingers over on Tugba. Like, we do understand this is a woman that you're
Right.
out in the park with playing a game with who is obviously your friend, who is a
Mhm.
friend with two men, and you're all sitting and it can be done,
Mhm. Mhm.
but he doesn't get the irony. But I think Tukba does because she looks at him and goes, "Well, if you say she can't be friends with him, she might not like that." And
Mhm.
Memo says, "Yeah, you're going to need to see it from her perspective." Again, very progressive. You
Mhm.
need to see it from her perspective. And he goes, "Look, just like I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to control her. And she knows this, but I don't trust this guy, Michael. And that's a good point. He could trust her, but doesn't trust what Michael's intentions are. And
But
he,
again, it takes two to tango, and if
right.
she's not interested in Michael, Michael can have dirty thoughts all he wants, but it doesn't mean anything's gonna happen if she
Um,
doesn't want it to happen.
but she does.
But she does.
But she
That's the
does.
issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she does. Okay, let's move on to Forrest and Sheena.
So much tears and sweat. Just tears and sweat.
Next week, more sweating, more tears. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. I
Mhm.
can't wait. I love it. So, because I felt cleaned because, like, I had showered.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
felt I don't care. I can watch them be sweaty because I
Oh, so
felt
sweaty. I
clean.
don't want to go to the Philippines. Everybody seems so sweaty.
They just seem really sweaty. I mean, and then they always go get soup or something, like hot
Mhm.
foods on the first
Yes.
day when they're
Yes.
just dripping sweat.
Perfect.
So, he's really, enjoying some sort of shrimp dumpling on the plane and
Uh-huh.
something white that looked like chowder, and he's talking about how great the airline food is. I was like, "Okay, I
But
wouldn't trust
we
it."
know he's been on an airplane before because he went
Yeah,
where
to
did he go?
Indonesia.
Damn. This guy's barely left Oregon. He's been to Indonesia. Now he's going to the Philippines. Like,
Yeah,
try a local state. Try California. I
yeah,
mean, like
no.
right there. Okay.
So, meanwhile, Sheena is nervous. She's rented a bigger apartment that's the second 2 shrimps on a plane is really that's a lot of shrimp for one episode.
That's the name of my memoir, Two Shrimps on a Plane.
2 shrimps on a plane. The sequel to Snakes on a Plane. So, meanwhile, so Sheena is nervous. She's rented a bigger apartment for them all to stay together, but
Okay.
I thought
No.
they wanted to bang it out for the first time.
Well, I hope those walls aren't thin. That's what they're hoping
Oh
for.
god.
Yeah.
So, and then Dev and Molly are gonna be going at it in one room. Oh god. So, too much.
Ugh.
She's bringing jackfruit so they can taste it. Um,
It was huge. That jackfruit was
it
I
was
didn't know.
huge.
Is
I
jackfruit
was glad
normally
it
that big?
wasn't durian,
Mm,
because
mhm.
that's the one that smells like ass.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
she is, nervous, like, when I see him, should I kiss him? I don't know if Molly's gonna like me. She's just all nerves. Forrest is getting emotional as they're landing. They head off the plane after traveling for 30 hours, but 3 flights. Molly cannot find her passport. They'll
Oh
need it
god.
to get through immigration. Poor Dev is freaking out, and
He
so is
lost his
Molly.
passport. He lost his passport.
He lost his
Remember?
phone.
But these people can't be in charge of anything. They need fanny
No,
packs. What are they
Forrest should have
doing?
it should have been like the dad or mom of the group should
Yeah.
have been like, "I'm gonna collect everyone's passports. I'll give them to you when it's ready,"
Yes,
you know?
absolutely. Yes.
So, thank God it's just on the plane. The passport is there because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Do
I
they have to go to
know.
the embassy? Do
Yeah.
they get taken into a scary room?
Yeah.
And it's like, who knows?
All of it.
So Forrest is saying, "We're all good. We found it." And Molly is mumbling, "Shut up. Shut up." I was like, wow, Molly, all the happiness and excitement over the wheels taken off the tarmac just gone.
Yeah. Yeah, these people are tired. Yes.
Yeah. So she's also getting worked up about seeing Sheena for the first time because she hates this woman,
Yeah.
but also loves this woman. It's very confusing. So Forrest goes to
It's
do
very Kim Plath, Olivia Plath, wouldn't you say?
yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Mhm.
She thinks Sheena is a demon because of the toothpaste she uses.
Demon.
So Forrest goes to do a Darcy freshen up in the airport. Good for
Mhm.
him.
Mhm.
You could charge $30 for a shower in an airport, and I bet people would pay.
Yeah, and you just have to shampoo everything, towels, everything right there like at a gym, and just go in and
Uh-huh.
everything's there just to
Yeah.
just get the funk
Yeah.
off
I
you.
think
Yeah,
some of the lounges have them, but they
they
should
do.
have it for everybody.
You can hair dry it,
So,
get yourself really zhuzhed
yeah.
up. Yeah.
So Molly starts fixing his hair and she's like, "Don't be nervous. You've got this. Go, Forrest, go." I wonder if she ever says run, Forrest, run.
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. Yeah.
So Sheena sees Forrest come out. She starts sobbing and he starts crying. Molly and Dev are crying, watching. And he says, "Our journey is just beginning." And she wipes his face and calls him Papa Bear and says that he's the best snuggle bear because they have those stuffed animals that they don't need any. They're going to burn those stuffed animals now that they're
No.
together.
She also calls him a
And
honey bear?
honey, lots of bears.
Lots of bears. Okay.
I'm waiting for Pooh Bear.
Mhm,
So he asks Sheena, "May I kiss you?" And she says, "Yes." And they kiss, and it's cute and awkward, like a good first kiss is. And literally, his first kiss. And he says it was ecstatic. And she smells so good. And she says, "Oh, I got fruit flavored perfume that I was hoping you'd like." Well, as long as it's not durian, then I'm
Right.
sure it's fine. So he says, "And mom and dad are here." And then Molly is like tentatively walking up, and Sheena is like tentatively walking up. And then Sheena says, "Hi, Molly." And then the two of them just start bawling and hugging each other, like embracing. And Sheena says, "I'm sorry, Molly." And then it was inaudible, 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 inaudible because she's just buried in Molly's arm, just like apologizing and crying, and Molly is stroking her hair. And then Dev, who never speaks, is just silently crying,
Wipes
and
the
then
one
he
tear.
wipes
Yeah.
the one tear away.
Mhm.
And she's like, "It's too hot to be crying, Forrest." And Forrest is like, "I'm struggling with that too." And they're both crying. And then Dev comes over and hugs Sheena and says, "You're all right, Sheena."
This big group hug. It was like
Yeah.
everybody sweating and hugging and
Yeah. Dev says, "I never cry, but it felt good." And Sheena is sobbing and saying, "I'm sorry, Molly. I humbly apologize for everything." And Molly says, "Well, thank you, but let's make this a positive day. We're all together now." And then they all four hug. And Sheena's like, "We're a family now, unlike my parents who steal from me. You're a better family." And they're all
allegedly.
just crying and dripping sweat and tears on each other. It's just a puddle on the floor. And Molly says, "It was overwhelming. And even though she apologized, there are things that we have to discuss."
Yeah. It was nice though for that 5 sweaty minutes in the airport.
I was very invested. I rewound several times because I was like, "Oh my God." Because there was like motherly feelings there, and she
Yeah.
wanted Sheena to be her daughter-in-law and was happy to see her son happy it's been 7 years.
7
But
years.
she's been betrayed so many times too.
I
So
know. I know. Mm. Um, okay, so we're gonna move on to our new train wreck, and that's Lisa. Lisa,
Jesus Christ.
pull it together. I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, Lisa, but I'm not here for you. You are dumb. Daniel does not like you. I am very angry about this.
I am so this is if Delulu were a person,
Yeah.
and just fine, ruin your own life, but you're taking your daughter down with you.
Oh my gosh.
And your
So,
friend. You're
yeah.
taking your friend's money with you.
And speaking of teeth,
I didn't even
okay.
notice.
Yeah, she had a few missing. She can't pay for them because Lisa keeps taking all her money.
Exactly.
Okay. So they live in Lisa lives in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
Never heard of
And
it.
oh, I have.
Why is it named that?
There was a sign at the beginning that told us, but I did not pay attention. King of Prussia, named after da da da. It said at the beginning. There was a big
I
sign.
know. But
Um,
and I was like, huh.
huh. And Daniel, age 39, from Nigeria. So I also have a theory. Daniel's probably like 26 and just saying he's 39 to be more attractive to Lisa.
Yeah.
So she's going with her daughter, Faith, to pick out condoms. And, we do the whole thing about the wigs. We find out she wears wigs. She takes it off. Her short hair was cute.
It was so much cuter than that long hair.
It's the problem with the wig is the wig doesn't, in my opinion, didn't look so bad. I'd have to get Keisha's opinion, of course, but it was the bangs straight across that were so strange.
Yeah, it's not a flattering cut for her with the bangs. She
Yeah.
doesn't Bangs are good if you have a certain kind of face.
Hmm.
She doesn't have that kind of face.
I hope I have that kind of face because I have bangs.
You do.
Okay, so
Plus you have swoopy bangs and not straight across bangs.
no,
So even if
Straight
You've
across brains are a
decided
choice. Yeah.
their choice and a difficult one.
This dog wants your attention so bad. He was crawling behind you. He was sitting. I don't know if you could see. He was just sitting, staring at you, trying to stare at you long enough so you would turn around and go, "What? Why are you staring at me?" But now he's just crawling on you. Okay. Your note here, because you wrote the beginning of these notes, is she has a strange Bayou accent. Do we think at one point maybe she lived in Louisiana?
I do, and that was something that was discussed from Amy Archer in that thread where everyone was
Uh-huh.
trying to figure out her accent, and we had
Yeah.
not watched the episode, you and I,
We were
so
like,
we were
who?
very confused.
Yeah.
And I think Matt and Jake were asking Pennsylvania gals, "Is this a Pennsylvania accent? It couldn't be." And then someone said, "But you know why? Because Amy Archer's in love with Gypsy Rose's dad.
Mm-hmm.
What's it?
He's a
Blanchard,
yes.
whatever his name is,
Rod,
Rodney,
Rod,
Rick, Rod,
Big Rod.
something."
I don't know something.
And I sensed that right away, that Bayou accent. So she's
Okay.
definitely lived there at some point.
It's a little Jovi-esque.
A little.
Yeah.
Jovi's is different though. His mom is Mama Gwen is much stronger.
She has a Cajun accent.
Yeah.
So, anyway, they're in the car and they're talking about Daniel. And it's like, is he a playboy? Oh yeah, he's a playboy. No, is he a gigolo? Is it a hooker? Is it a pimp? Whatever. And I was like, wait, I'm confused. Like,
Yeah.
is somebody here a prostitute? Anyway.
Right.
So she says, my daughter Faith and I, we live together. She's the apple of my eye. We talk about everything. We talk about everything. We talk about sex. We talk about masturbating. We talk about everything. I was like, inappropriate relationships with your daughter.
Check.
Check. Sort of like Forrest and
Forrest and
Molly.
Molly.
Yeah, check. So she's like, I've never bought condoms. I don't know what to buy. Like, and Faith goes, you've ever seen it? Like, you know how big it is? Do you need like the big ones? And she goes, I don't know. And she said, did he ever tell you how many inches it is and or kilometers? I was like, whoa.
What? I know. Kilometers.
That was funny.
Kilometers.
That's miles. That's equivalent to miles.
She's gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's so what a way to go back into guys. A guy's got a kilometer size penis, so he's in the Guinness book. Okay, so Lisa says she's never used a condom because she only ever had sex with people that she was married to. She laughs and laughs. She's 52. She's been married 5 times. 5 times. 52.
5.
So she says, the first one I had, I was really young. Like how young? She doesn't say. It was annulled. The second one, he was my best friend in the world, and he was Faith's dad, but we found out we were better as friends. My third marriage was my favorite marriage. Oh my gosh, what a great guy. But unfortunately for him, I realized I was a lesbian. Okay. The last 21 years I've been with women. I married 2 women. And, I forgot about men. But then Daniel came along. A Nigerian scammer swept me off my feet, tale as old as time.
Mm-hmm.
He, calls me beautiful, says I'm the light of his soul. He's 39. He's gorgeous. He's from Nigeria. He isn't built like a woman at all. And I like that. So it's funny because on Pillow Talk, they were all like, in today's words, we would call that bi. So anyway, he messaged her on social media, said, God showed me your face. Kimberly's note here is, that face? Kimberly. How dare you?
Her? Is she funny?
And he says that his mother told him he'd end up with an Oyinbo woman, or a white woman, and she'd be older. So a woman like in his tribe, or a white woman from America, whatever, same thing, and that she'd be a lot older. And,
and I think I said my mom, but it was actually God told him that.
Okay. So God told him that, and then you have a note here. God also told Usman the same thing, as well as Birkan, as well as Zied, as well as every guy on this show, Osama. Yeah. So when he wrote her, she wrote back and said, "Oh, give me a break. You're a scammer." And he said, "You are an angel sent to me. Believe me, you are God's gift to my life. I love your voice. It feeds my
That,
soul."
that voice?
That voice? That face? What? Okay. She goes, "Oh, he's just so sweet. It hurts my teeth." Okay. So she says, he better think I'm beautiful because this wig is itchy as hell. She takes it off. This is when we see her cute hair. And she said one of her exes had her cut her hair off and she's been trying to grow it out. Well, wait a minute. So your
How
hair's still
long
pretty
ago is that?
short.
Because
How
it's
long
very
ago was that?
I was so confused. Which ex was this?
Was this 3
And
months
did
ago?
they make you cut your hair off?
Yeah, I don't. Anyway, the short hair was cute. She could grow it out just a little bit more, but it was cute on her.
Very cute.
So Daniel has seen her natural hair, but he thinks the wigs are sexy. So now she only wears wigs and she's going to wear them when she goes to Nigeria. Well, get
Where
ready to
it's
sweat.
5,000 degrees.
Get ready to sweat. So,
The thing that's frustrating here is that she right away thought he was a scammer. So
uh-huh,
it's not like she's Yolanda and has never heard of scammers, has
right,
never heard of these men that, pretend to love older women and blah,
right.
blah, blah. She right away, she just should have hit the block button instead of
Yeah.
engaging. But she has heard of scammers. She knew he was a
Yes.
scammer.
Knew it, but allowed herself to get wooed anyway. And she doesn't even like guys. So the daughter, Faith tells us, growing up with my mom was a roller coaster. She's always falling in love. We moved around a lot. I went to 15 different schools. So she's like moving
Jeez.
around for all these relationships. And these are not even probably all the people she married.
Exactly.
So Lisa says that she and Daniel have had video sex, but she's nervous being with a man again because the smells, the taste, the
No,
cleanup. I can't believe they
no.
left this in.
I I can't believe I'm making you say it.
Well, your words here, I'm not going to read, but she says there is cleanup after you have sex with a man, and it's a lot of wiping and dripping. And she says, you don't have that with women, to which I wrote, TMI and TLC, what are you doing to us? Like,
Seriously.
okay. So she goes into the drugstore or wherever she is and asks the sales guy for help. She explains she's looking for condoms. I'm sure that's not uncomfortable for this guy at all. And
Yeah.
says she's allergic to latex. And so she has to get these condoms because what if they don't have latex free condoms where she's going? She's so embarrassed. She starts crying. And then she says, does this mean like she's looking, does this mean you feel it more? Does this, this is 10 minutes that could have been cut out.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
I was as uncomfortable as that poor sales kid. He looks like he's working there after
Yeah. He's not an
during taking
expert.
college classes or something.
Yeah. So she says she's also nervous because Daniel doesn't know she's been in gay relationships. She tested him by telling him one time she had a fling with a woman. And she was with women for 21 years and married 2 of them. This is not a fling.
No.
And he says,
But
how
she
could you?
wanted to see how he'd react.
Mhm. And he says, I don't know how you could do that because it goes against God. And in his religion, they don't believe in any kind of same sex relationship. And your note here is God okay with her 5 marriages? And is God okay with him scamming older ladies?
I'm sure God has a lot of problems with all of this.
God only is concerned about the homosexuality, not the rest of it.
Exactly.
So she's scared to tell him the truth, but she plans to tell him in person. So now she goes to a Benihana type of place with her daughter Faith and the friend named
I
Juna.
couldn't think of the word for it.
It's called a hibachi.
Hibachi, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Her friend Juna, Juna, where the chef
How
cannot.
is it spelled?
Juna. You
I
spelled
thought
it Gina.
Gina.
You spelled it Gina, but it's Juna.
Okay,
Juna. I don't understand what that means, or Juna. But the chef is trying to. Nobody could make it. He's a bad chef. And you said the chef wasn't Asian, but
yeah,
that's okay.
Well, first I was like, I couldn't tell if they sucked at opening their mouths and
Uh-huh.
catching the vegetables in their mouth, or
Uh-huh.
is he a bad thrower? And then I realized that he is white dude, and I was like, I blame him.
Okay. I've never had the person at the hibachi place try to throw it in my mouth because I'm too afraid of it whacking me on the side of the face and getting sauce all over my face.
Which that does happen.
Mhm.
Juno gets it in her eye, and then you get that teriyaki sauce in your eye, and
It
it's
hurts.
not yeah.
It's not as bad as hot sauce in your eye, which we saw on Match Me Abroad. Okay.
Yes, we did.
So they're asking, what kind of food does Daniel eat? And she
Okay.
goes, oh gosh, I don't really know what they eat. And the chef goes, what? What do you mean? Where are you going? And she explains, I'm going to Nigeria to be with my boyfriend. And she doesn't say, I'm lying about, we're lying about our ages, or I'm lying
Mhm.
about how I've been married to women, or I like to wear wigs. This is not my hair. Anyway, the chef just goes, good for you. The heart wants what it wants. And Faith
Don't
goes,
encourage her. You don't know the whole situation.
he's trying to get a tip, but
He is, but
and
you don't
Juna,
know the facts here. So
Juna's
now I feel
paying.
like Lisa is gonna keep bringing up this chef. Like anytime Faith says it, she'll be like, "That chef thought it was a great idea, and I should go live my life."
The heart wants what it wants. I should live my
Yeah,
life. Fuck
yeah.
them kids. Okay. So she says, Juna is her best friend. And if she was a lesbian, Juna would be her ideal woman, but they're just best friends. Juna is super supportive of her and Daniel. Now, the comment that Lisa is always saying is, this is the last time. This is the
Yeah,
last time I'm going to do this. The last time I'm going to go off with some guy.
yeah.
And she's talking about how nice Daniel is. And Faith goes, right, that's love bombing. That's what it's called. It's part of the scam. They love bomb you. And that's how they get you. They go for
She's
these.
watched some of those documentaries
She's just
on
watched 5 minutes of TLC.
yeah.
Faith goes, they go for these lonely older women who've been hurt. And Lisa goes, do I look like a lonely, older, vulnerable woman? Lady, yes, you do. You've been married 5
Yes,
times. Yes.
yes,
The answer is yes.
yes.
So Faith goes,
You're
you've
wearing
said,
wigs to please him, even though
you
they
can't
make
see, he
your
can't
head
see you.
itch.
He can't see you. He's in another country.
Yeah.
You wear the wig until you get on the camera. So Faith goes, you've sent him money, right? And that is also part of the romance scam. They love bomb you, they take your money. And Lisa goes, I do send him money every 2 weeks, even though I live paycheck to paycheck.
Oh,
This is getting worse and worse. He works in construction and we see, him doing various things. She gives him money for like gasoline for his generator. He needs money for clothes, food, fuel. He needs all this money. And he's only asked a few times. I mean, normally she just gives him the money because she wants him to feel safe and secure. Faith goes, I know 2 months ago you gave him $2,000. That is so much money.
if you're
When she
living paycheck to paycheck,
$2,000 is a
that's
lot.
a lot.
Think of how far $2,000 goes in Nigeria.
Yeah.
He is eking this out, and he did not think
Yeah,
this
you're
TV
right.
show was ever actually going to come to where he is.
Yeah. You're right. I didn't even think about that. That really would go very far there.
Yes, he could build a whole house probably.
Mhm.
Um, and she goes, and they say, well, how much more have you sent him besides the 2,000? And she goes, oh, I don't know. And Faith goes, but how did he
Mhm.
make ends meet before he met you and got you on
Good
the hook?
point. Uh-huh. Did he have other sugar mamas?
Lisa goes, I don't know because he got sick, like he had malaria and got some other things, whatever. And Faith goes, after he met you, really? So none of that is like a red flag. None of it. No,
He just got malaria and
uh,
all sorts of diseases.
just all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we found out Juna has given Lisa money to help with her own bills. And Faith is like, that's very upsetting. Like she explains that they are having financial trouble and that her mother is still sending money to the scammer.
Mhm.
So Juna says, I see how happy Lisa is, and Daniel seems so nice. So I gave her a little money to help out with the visa. And I do have some concerns. It does scare me that he might be scamming her. Are the two of you sharing a brain cell? Juna,
Seriously.
come on. So Lisa
Does that
says,
mean she's given her for the, like, whole K1 visa, like the $10,000 or a
or was it a
visa to go
travel visa?
travel to Nigeria?
I don't know. I don't know. But Lisa goes, okay, Faith, this isn't your business. And you don't understand. This is the best relationship I've ever had. Oh my God. And Faith starts crying and says, you say that every time. And I'm like, every time? How many times are there?
Well, at least 5, but maybe up to 15.
Yeah. I think she does it every other. She gets out of one and hops right back in. And is like, this
It's
is the
like she
one.
thinks she's Elizabeth Taylor or something. Like, she
Yeah.
just loves love, but she's, like, always chasing something and then it never lives up or she has a bad picker, and so
Yeah.
she just
Well, yeah.
she's, clearly has a bad picker. But, like, you see your daughter is crying over stir fry, and you are still going through with this.
So Lisa says, okay, well, I don't want to talk about this anymore. So the conversation's over. And Faith just kind of looks at her and goes, well, I'm done. And she storms out. And I just say, poor Faith. But I think the production wasn't expecting this. Lisa wasn't expecting this. Faith just like storms out and they're like, uh-oh, get the crew on the street.
Mhm.
So Faith tells production,
They're like, "It's Habayachi. Everyone's happy there. Like, it's Benihana. Like, no one's gonna
did you say
storm out." Yeah, I
hobbyacci?
I can't think of the word, hibachi.
Just making sure I
I think
didn't.
that's not the right word. Teppanyaki. What's
I
tep
don't know. I would say go get hibachi. Like you have a hibachi grill.
I'm gonna look it up because I remember on Below Deck, they had one of the chefs had to do it,
Mhm.
and, they called it something else.
Well, I
Temp
know
tep
that there was a housewife a while back that had a hibachi thing in her house, and you have to and then remember Queen of Versailles wanted to put hibachi in her house, but it's like a whole different ventilation system, and
Of
you have to,
course
like,
she did.
clear out the kitchen and start over.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
yeah, because she and her husband, RIP, loved Benihana. So she
Wait,
went
did he die?
yes, he died.
David died.
David, David, he died. Mhm,
I didn't know that. I've
he
seen them
did.
on Below Deck multiple times,
Yeah. I just watched all the
and I watched
documentaries.
that documentary, the
Yeah,
first one.
yeah. You should
Wow.
watch the second one too.
Their
So
daughter died too. They lost a
mhm,
child. Oh,
yep.
god.
So she said
Teppanyaki.
uh-huh.
Teppanyaki. Thank you.
Ok okay, but what is hibachi? What's the difference?
I'm sure I don't know. Now I'll
Okay,
look that up too.
okay, because teppanyaki is also a thing, but hibachi is I think because if you buy a hibachi grill, that's what it is. I think
Right.
hibachi is just the name of the grill. I don't know. Okay, Kimberly's looking it up, guys.
Hibachi is traditional Japanese barbecue using small open grate charcoal grills for smoky flavor, while teppanyaki uses flat, large iron griddles heated by gas,
Mm,
featuring chef-led culinary shows with acrobatics and less smoke,
okay,
often confusingly called hibachi in the West. The main
okay,
differences are the grill, the heat source, and the dining experience. So hibachi is more traditional grilling, and the theatrical thing with the flipping is the teppanyaki.
teppanyaki. Okay,
Yeah,
alright. Thank you, Kimberly, for your service.
the Learning Channel.
It's Learning Channel. So, she tells production every time I try to voice an opinion about this and tell her how upset I am, she tells me she shuts it down and tells me I'm not allowed to feel that way.
That sucks. That
Oh.
pisses me off. This poor girl. That you
So
need therapy.
Lisa comes out and was like, "Can I talk to you?" And she tells her, "I love Daniel. And I know that you worry it's just another bad relationship that's going to go sour. And I know you're trying to save me from that." At this point, we see Juna, who has come out, who obviously had to pay for the dinner, who comes out and
Seriously.
looks over and was like, "Yikes!" And she just hightails it to her car. Juna's like,
She
"I'm
does.
out of here. Bye
It was
bye."
not even like, I'm gonna give them mother-daughter space. It
Mm-mm.
was like, I
She
didn't realize this was gonna look so bad for me on camera, that
she
I'm
just
giving
got her
her
key,
money and yeah, I'm
walked
out.
out. So Lisa continues and says to
I have
Faye,
hot sauce in my eye. I gotta leave.
"Go." And she says, "Don't feel your second choice. I'm going to always choose you before somebody else. I've told you, I'm not going to marry Daniel in Nigeria. I promise you, I'm not going to marry Daniel when I'm in Nigeria. You just got to give me the opportunity." And I was like, At what point did somebody mention marrying this guy?
Well, I think doesn't Faith
That's what she
say
does.
you can't do that again?
Can't do
She
it
says
again.
so she has once before, at least we know of, said, "I'm not gonna get married, spur of the moment, and
And
not
then
tell
been
you
like,
about it.
guess what?
Surprise!"
Yeah. So Faith says, if you break this promise again, I
Ay,
cannot do this. And Lisa goes, I'm not going to break the promise. That would be toxic. And I'm not a toxic person anymore. Okay. Give me a hug. Whoa.
okay, just look, your wig says that you're toxic. Every
I'm
the
not a
scene
toxic
buying
person
condoms
anymore.
says yeah, the whole thing. Ask the CVS guy if you're toxic. This
So Faith
is
goes,
all
I need space.
toxic.
I need space. But the production obviously gets them to stand around and go to different corners to talk. And the talking head Lisa goes, this was an awful lot for Faith today. You know, I've been in so many relationships and moved around so much on this poor child when she was little. But at that time, I was searching for who I was. And I want to show her this time is different. I'm a grown up now. You're 52.
Yeah.
I'm a grown up now. I'm not a young mom trying to take care of a child and going to relationship after relationship. I want my happily ever after, and I want this to be my forever. And Faith just doesn't see that. No,
Well,
because you're getting scammed.
no, because it's so fake and you're being scammed, and you've done this so many times before. This
Yes.
is like Britney on Salt Lake City. It's just like she a history of a mom choosing the men over her children,
Uh-huh.
and
Using
you're
Jared
lucky
Osmond.
Faith even
Mhm.
wants to be in the same has not gone no contact with
Yeah,
you, and you have her in your life and you're living together and you're gonna do it
right.
again.
So Lisa goes up to Faith and says, can we talk? You know, she says, I'm trying to understand your feelings and not fight with you. Now, is your biggest fear that I'm going to marry him without knowing him and choose him over you? Yes. Yes.
Yes, or that we're gonna be homeless
Yeah.
because you've given him all our money and we can't pay our
We don't
bills.
even have any money. And Faith goes, Mom, you never listen. I am telling you, think about us first. And Lisa goes, I am listening to you. I'm getting to know him and I'm going there to see if we're compatible. I'm not going to run off and get married. She has said get married so many times
It
that
makes me think
obviously
they're gonna get
it
married.
makes you
Yeah.
think they're going to get married.
Yeah.
And she says, I'm listening to your concerns. And when I get there, I'm going to voice them. Can I have a hug now? So she goes, okay. So she hugs her and she goes, look at me. I'm listening now. I'm so proud of everything you do. You're wonderful. You're kind hearted. You're sweet. You've been so great to your mother, no matter what I put you through. I'm going to listen more to you. Okay. This is weird. This is weird.
This whole thing, I feel so bad for Faith.
Me too. Go
She
look
has,
at
like,
Tina.
eldest daughter syndrome by, like, 5,000 because she's
Yeah.
had to be the parent.
Yes. Yes. Oh, God. So the talking head Lisa says, I understand what Faith has been through, and I hold her opinion deeply. But Daniel is different. He is precious and rare, and I would be a fool to not go after him. To which I say, no, girl, you are just a fool.
Just
She's
a
an
fool.
idiot. She's an idiot. And I'm sorry. I hate to start off so negative and be like, I have no sympathy for her, but it maybe something will happen that'll change my mind completely. But right now, I have no empathy, no sympathy. She's doing this to herself and she's doing it to her daughter. And I'm mad about it.
And it's not like this is the first time.
Right.
A, she knew he was a scammer at the beginning, so she knows
Yep.
about scammers. B, she has a history of relationships that being bad, and she
Hmm.
continues to do it.
Yep.
And I get that Faith is a grown up now. She's like in her 20s, I would guess.
Yeah.
And but she's still like needs you to be her mom, and you have chosen men over her so many times. Can
So
you
many
imagine being
times.
pulled out of school and moved to a new town 15 times growing up, and your dad or mom is not in the army? They just have horrible taste in men?
Yeah. Just like, I got a new boyfriend, got a new girlfriend. Let's
Yeah,
go.
or
Yeah.
women. Yeah, like, I can't sucks. And instead of making it up to her by being a solid, steady presence in her life now, you are doing this again with a much younger man and you are getting scammed and sending your money and you guys can't pay your bills.
We're going to finish off with Rick and Trisha. And boy, oh boy, I did not expect the twisteroo that came here.
Um, so I didn't either, actually.
Yes.
It was kind of, yeah, we'll get there. Okay,
Worse
so
than what
Rick,
we thought.
yeah, Rick, aka sex tourist Michael Strahan, and Trisha in Madagascar. So they wake up in bed, and she says it was even more than she expected. They had sex twice the night before.
Ooh,
She's surprised that he is, again, twice her age and he could
more
do
than.
all the stuff he did to her. And okay,
Hmm.
gross.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he tells us he had a few more tricks up his sleeve and he would have stayed in bed all day, but she wants to take him out, show him the town. So they go to the market. There's lots of meat uncooked and sitting out with flies as they do, and
Hmm.
half of a pig's face just cut in half. I really did not want to see that.
So much of it.
Um,
I blocked it out. I forgot all about this. So you're just talking about it. I blocked it. It was upsetting.
there's a stomach of a cow. So pigs hoofs or a heart of some poor animal and
Brain.
a brain. Just we're getting an anatomy lesson on all the organs. And he says all of this meat is going to ruin the sexy vibes that we have going on. What were you
Mhm.
going to do it in the market?
I'm sure you'll be able to forget about it by the time you get home. Yeah.
Exactly. So she says, here we eat every part of the animal. We don't let anything go to waste. And he's acting grossed out about it and is like being a stereotypical American that's like, ew,
Yeah.
loudly.
Yeah.
Um, so then she takes him to a scenic spot overlooking most of the island. There are musicians. He starts dancing, and then she's like, you don't know how to dance. Let me show you. She is barefoot dancing, and everyone's cheering. And I thought it was going to be like where he's going to be jealous of her dancing in front of these male musicians, like Xena with her boobs hanging out and whatever his name is.
Muhammad?
Yeah, maybe Muhammad.
Yeah.
Some
Mhm.
I can't remember.
Xena.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, or her vag was always out, like, she
Oh,
was
yeah.
just
Always.
never wearing undergarments.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
but he says he's falling in love with her, but he realizes that he needs to get to know her better. He's like, "I didn't even know she could dance. There's a lot of things I didn't know about her just from talking on the phone."
Um, Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, there we go.
Ibrahim from the Gambia.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So he asks her about those 5 days when she ghosted him. And
Mhm.
she says, I told you what happened. And he says, your story didn't sound believable. And I thought
Mhm.
she was going to get really pissed, but she doesn't. She's like, I'll tell you, but you have to promise you won't get mad. And he says, I'll try, but I might be hurt. So she tells him essentially the story she originally told him. It's not
Mhm.
that different. She says my ex got robbed. He blamed me, thought I did it. And also my brother got into an accident. He bumped someone on his scooter. They got really hurt. So we were dealing with their hospital bills and dealing with the police. And he says, "Okay, that's basically like what you told me. So why didn't you answer my calls when I was reaching out to you?" And she says, I was just so stressed. I wasn't thinking about talking on the phone. And, I didn't want to talk. And he says, I'm supposed to be your confidant. And she says, I thought if I told you all my problems, you would judge me or you would think I was asking you for money or something like that. And she says, I'm sorry I hurt you. And now that we've met, I feel like I know you more and I want to share everything that happens in my life with you.
Mhm.
And he's being really quiet and she's like, are you okay? And
Mhm.
you see it over his face and he's like, oh yeah. But he's thinking, oh shit, I cheated or whatever I did, and her story was true. She was dealing with the police and stuff, and I
But
thought she was cheating on
again,
me.
5 days.
It's only 5 days.
And she didn't have no contact for 5 days. She didn't disappear for 5 days. She just sort of one word answers or whatever.
Yeah.
And what are we gonna say on the second day is when he
When did
decided, "Fuck it."
exactly?
Yeah.
how tenuous was your relationship that you literally caved after 2 days and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna cheat." She's ghost. She has not returned several of my calls. She hit
So
decline.
that means
So,
we're broken up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, he says instead she was going through all this, and instead of being there for her, I made the biggest mistake of my life.
Mhm.
And the producer says, "What did you do?" And he says, "I talked to my ex from Colombia.
That's bad. So I thought, wow, he shouldn't have done that. That's
Shouldn't have
terrible.
done that. Also, you have 3 different women from 3 different countries." And
Also, remember how broke you are.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
So, just admit you're a sex tourist.
Mhm.
So, he says, "She told me, 'I miss you. Come down here to Colombia.'" So, he did. He booked a flight. And I was like, "Whoa, was not expecting that." I said, "All this happened in 5 days?" But it turns out Trish started talking to him again,
Uh-huh.
but he still thought she had cheated on him.
Uh-huh.
So he still decided to go to Colombia. So he could have stopped this. Nothing had happened yet. He could have canceled his flight
Yep.
once she started talking to him again, but he still went to Colombia. He and his ex spent the week together. She was staying with him. They had sex multiple times a day, every
Mhm.
day. They
Of
were acting
course.
like a full-on couple.
He's Rick. Mhm. Mhm.
He's popping those Viagras, and
He's doing something.
he says, "I feel bad for that." You should feel horrible for that. Are you kidding me? He says, "I know I need to tell her, but she might not forgive me."
No,
So
she shouldn't. This
she
is
shouldn't.
terrible. This is awful.
I am the reason I'm so just pissed is because, like, there was a moment where he was with his sister and he seemed to, like, really be a nice guy and he's cute with his kids, and I, like, almost fell for it, but, like, you are a sex tourist. You like having sex with women who are half your age,
Mhm.
and then you want to bring them to America. You have no money, but you're spending all your money on them, and you are acting like you're a nice guy who's just looking for love, and you just haven't found the woman, the right woman to be your wife. And I almost fell for it. Thank
You
God I
know,
didn't.
Rick is 52 and Lisa's also 52, and I think
Get
they should get together.
get together. They
Mhm.
deserve each other.
This was such a twist and so awful. I mean, I really thought the whole big thing was gonna be like, and I called my ex-girlfriend in Colombia, and I talked to her for a little bit, and we had phone sex, and
Right.
I didn't know he was gonna be like, and I went to visit her for a week.
I thought he cheated with the first wife that he brought on the K-1 visa or
Oh,
something. One of
yeah,
his exes. He
a
has
local,
multiple
a local.
baby mamas. A
Yeah,
local, fine. He has multiple baby mamas. Like, I assumed he had cheated, but I
yes.
thought it was maybe a one-time thing. He went to the bar with his friend. He got drunk and he was very depressed. I don't know, but, like, he flew to another country to
And
be a sex
stayed for a
tourist.
week. So then that means once he was there with that other girl, he was texting Trish like everything was fine.
Totally, because they were communicating again. So he's, like, in bed with one, texting the other because he was so insecure that when she ghosted him for 5 days, he flipped out. And when she reached out and explained what had happened, he still thought she cheated. He didn't trust her. So he was like, "I am also going to cheat then."
This is a bad dude. This is
This
a
is
bad dude.
horrible, and I'm pissed because I almost fell for it.
Well, I'm grateful that we have Forrest and Sheena to uplift our spirits
Yeah, that's
because
true. Their love is pure.
so next time
I'm
on
glad Rick showed his ass in episode 3, though. Like, we're not gonna spend the whole season thinking
oh,
he's a nice guy and then, you know,
yeah. Okay, next time
he's
on,
Big Ed, Black Big Ed.
Laura arrives in Turkey and she is worried that Birkan will not be attracted to her in person. Now we see Daniel talking about Lisa. Daniel says he loves Lisa. She's thick and has great boobs, but he does worry that at some point in her life she was physical with a woman.
Oy.
And so he goes and asks an elder of their religion who summons the gods to find out if Lisa is good for him or not. Spoiler alert, they're probably going to say yes.
I
So
know.
now we meet Jovan. So
I thought
Jovan,
God already told him that he was gonna be with a white older woman,
that's what God
but
told him
maybe
on
it could.
Snapchat, but
Right.
not sure if he said it in person or
Right.
um okay, so we
Also,
meet
that chief elder is doing, like, a Left Eye Lopez thing. Like, he has a Biore pore strip under one eye.
I was like, does he have like an eye does he have bags under just one eye? Like what was the
Right, one
deal?
eye.
Um okay, we meet Jovan. Jovan is
Right.
talking to some elders at like an old folks home and says, "Well, I'm excited. I'm going to meet my wife in person. I've never met her in person, and we've been married for 2 years." And the elders are like, "What? Say what?" Then we meet Annalyn, and she says, "What?" He said, "What?" She goes, "No, we've been together 6 years and married for almost 3." Okay. She
How
does.
is that?
Okay.
I love that. And she's the one who's gonna talk about his big American poops.
Yep. Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
love her already, but
Hmm.
how does that work? How do you get married
I
without
don't I know you could do it if you're in jail. I know you can get married just by signing a document to say you're married without
but both
being in
people have
person.
to be at the jail, I thought.
Oh, no, you can do it by mail. You can
Oh,
do it by mail.
really?
But I don't know how it goes with another country because
Interesting.
she is from she's from the Philippines as well.
Okay.
Okay, but they've been together. All right,
I
well,
I'm very interested in this.
me
They've
too.
never met. Hmm.
Molly and Dev are in the front seat, and Forrest and Sheena are in the back. They seem to be crammed against one corner of the back seat. Maybe there's luggage. And Molly leans back and says to Forrest and Sheena, "Did you guys do the whole nucky nucky?
Oh my
Nucky
god.
nucky. Nucky nucky nucky." She is so weird.
I don't know if I preferred the nookie nookie or that other noise she made in the sex
Wow,
shop.
wow. Why don't you get that? Wow, wow.
Meow, meow.
So she says, "Did you guys do the whole nucky nucky?" And they look at her and they're like, "You're overstepping. Like, that's too far." And she turns around and she is so mad. And she tells the camera, "I can tell that Sheena, she's so controlling. She's controlling what he says." Why do you want to know about your son having sex? That's weird, Molly. That's weird.
Seriously, you do need to step off. Also, he's a 31-year-old man, and I know he has some neurodivergence, but, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it he's allowed he can have an independent thought against you that it is gross for
Yes.
you to be asking in front of people if
Yeah.
you banged.
It's gross. So they're sweating profusely and they're at a restaurant or something and they're sweating profusely. And Molly is asking Sheena, like, "Why did you lie about the money?" And Sheena's like, "Ugh," it's crying, it's sweating, it's noodles, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's just crying. That's the name of the next episode, Crying and Sweating.
Yeah.
Um, then we see Emma crying, and maybe she's going to tell Ziad her secret about her last engagement to Mohammed when the other time that she was in Morocco. I
And
don't know, but her face doesn't move. I guess she's crying. We're not sure. It's unclear.
that, hairline is, like, orange too. I just don't what is going on with that wig? That part line is so different skin tone.
The wig is a big topic of conversation on the internet.
I know,
Big.
and she
Yeah.
seems to be, like, embracing it, but
Good. Yeah, good. Why not? Yeah, embrace it. But still, girl. You would think that it would be sort of like Chloe of Chloe and Johnny, that now that it's airing and she's out there, she could be like, "Okay, I had that bad wig, but look at me
total
now."
that made
Yeah.
me like Chloe so much more when you said that she said,
Yes. She's making fun of it.
"Okay."
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, "I get
What
it. My hair was terrible, but I liked it." So, yeah.
I was seeing on Reddit, like, someone did a post that was like, "This woman is the perfect embodiment of everything the Kardashians did to our society." And, like, the plastic surgery, the face stuff, the
Yes.
voice, the
Yes.
vocal fry, the
Yes.
hair, the everything. And I was
Mhm.
like, "Yes." But then people were like, "Don't blame the women, blame the patriarchy for creating plastic surgery." And I was like, "Okay."
I, for one, am grateful for plastic surgery, so shut up.
Yeah, you could do it. She's 27 and she looks
Do what you want, girl, but
And she thinks 27 is old,
Right,
like she's
right.
already over the hill. There's just so many things wrong
Yeah,
with
and
her.
continuing to but this the whole show, just continuing to
But
see
yeah,
about these bad relationships
bad
in other countries,
choices.
and you think you're gonna
Yeah.
change this guy, and
And,
this is
yeah, and honestly, even the Kardashians did nothing to Lisa, and she's a mess, so without them. So, I really guess I shouldn't blame them because there's always gonna be people making bad decisions
oh my gosh.
without their influence.
You guys, that is it, and I really hope that some of you will at least turn in for just a minute to the YouTube video to see this dog with Kimberly. This dog is just sitting next to you on the couch like a co-host. Like,
I
put me
know.
in, I'm ready to
Like, what do
chat.
you think? What
Yes.
do you think of Emma's wig? I know, I totally agree. It's weird. Why is she thinks she's fooling somebody? I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, that dog
Big
is
yawn. Big yawn.
cute. Guys, next week, Kimberly will be announcing that she has adopted this dog. And if you don't believe me, you hadn't seen how cute this dog is. It doesn't matter. The dog could not be cute. The dog is still very personable and sweet and loves you very much.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. I
Look,
just didn't I'm not too old for a puppy.
my dog has never looked at me the way that dog is looking at you. Either one of them. Either one of them. Okay, everybody, make sure you're following Kimberly and Katie at Dateline. Make sure you're following me at Pink Shade Pod. Kimberly and Katie will be back when with new episodes? Since you guys take a
Either
Christmas
the
break.
first or second week of January. I'm not sure when Dateline will be returning.
When the date.
But if you are a member of our Patreon or Supercast or Mary Payne's Apple subscription,
Yes,
you can still watch that link to the moment, and it was as good as we preemptively said it was.
it
Because
was.
remember, we said we're recording it tonight, but
I'm
this is
sure it's
airing
perfect.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
amazing.
It was so fun. And so, guys, if you are a member over there, it's just the $5 and above level. If you're a member over there, you can rewatch it. And I
Mhm.
reposted the link just in case you didn't realize you could rewatch it. So, if you are on Apple subscription, guys, and you didn't get the link, you can rewatch it. So, again, just send me an email, MP or info at pinkshadepodcast.com with just a screenshot that you belong to Apple, and I'll send you the link and you can watch it. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. I told you, email me. That's the only way to get me. If you DM, if people like DM me on my personal Instagram and I never look at it. So I'm sorry for that.
You gotta
So
follow the instructions, people.
I got to follow the instructions. Okay, everybody, that's it. I'll see you on Thursday I'll see you Wednesday for the Welcome to Plathville season 1 finale with Keisha. That's on the $10 Prime.
That's exciting.
Hilarious. And then Thursday, I'll be here with the TLC year-end recap, and that'll be Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. It'll be Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas. Okay, bye.
Yay.